Coach Goldshore, thanks so much for joining us here in the postgame.
Thanks for having me.
Listen, takeaways from today's game?
It's that Xavier team's good. They have a couple of good guards. They're typically, top or in top half of the top quarter of the state. Like they're a good team. So for us to come in here and struggle a little bit early and deal with adversity and then turn it up in different spots, I was super pleased with it.
And listen, they came out strong in that third quarter, got that game closed. But your team really, showed a lot of character of it, just going on a run and pushing that lead to 12 right away. Talk about that instance in the game.
Yeah. But see, I think the third quarter run was a function of the last 2 minutes in the first half. We were up 15 or 16, and we had a couple of just bad offensive possessions, and then they scored to cut it to 9 at halftime, and that locker room was like we were down. And I was very vocal about some of the stuff that I thought that we needed to do a better job with, but and then they cut it to 4, and I felt it coming. But this team's pretty resilient, and they have a lot of experience, and we shot it well tonight.
You did. You shot really well. Didn't miss a lot of free throws. Loman today, great performance. Talk about his play coming off the bench. Matty a little in foul trouble. He comes in, performs well for you. Talk about his play today.
I mean, Dylan's, it's so great to see Dylan have a night like that because Dylan has put in such hard work during this offseason. Dylan is, with him and Sam are typically the first and the last ones in the gym, and like it just shows everyone out there that like hard work pays off, and you don't cheat the process, which he hasn't done. And I mean, every one he shot, I just felt like it was down. So happy for him. I know it was a big night for him, and but it was, again, I think it's our defense and our ability to get late rebounds and just the constant pressure that we're facing on the defensive side of the ball that I thought was the difference at the end of the day.
Yeah, defense was great. I thought you guys rebounded the ball in defensive end very well. And now, your biggest takeaway from today's game as far as, things you need to improve on next game. It was a great win for you guys, lopsided win. But what do you take away that you got to improve for the next game?
Yeah, I think it's just being like dominating some of the details that I feel like we didn't do. Just a couple defensive rotations, communicating, just making sure that we were gambling a little bit defensively, like just being patient and exerting more confidence on the defensive side of the ball, which is where I think we're going to need to improve over the next week before we got Newtown on Monday.
And I'm going to close with this. Sam played a really good game. His game, I haven't seen him play in the offseason, but I thought it changed a little bit. He was kind of driving the ball more, still shooting well, but really strong through the hoop. Talk about his play today and what you saw from your captain out there.
Yeah, again, I just kind of articulated with the work that he's done during the offseason. You can see his body's changed. He's trying to really become more of a 3-level scorer. He's always kind of been last year was for sure a 3-level scorer, but this year I think he's even more so. But I've just been incredibly impressed with his leadership in the huddle, making sure that he is just leading by example and doing the stuff that he does. And Udell's the same thing. Like we go with the two of them really by who they are and just their experience. They've both been with me for 3 years, and I think they're on a mission to accomplish some big things.
And the biggest takeaway from today's game for your standpoint?
Game one. Game one, a big win at home against a really good team. Getting that one out of the way, I think it calmed the nerves moving forward, and know that we got a long road ahead of us.
Coach, congrats. Looking forward to the next game.
All right, thanks. I appreciate it for everything. Thank you.